Donnie and Dolly. The team is supported by ableauctions.ca. Closing your business? We can help.
Again, our thanks to Spencer Carberry, the Washington Capitals. Tuesday, all today's guests, including Ian Furness, standing by down in Seattle. Brought to you by the Bayside Oceanfront Resort. Enjoy pet-friendly accommodations, complimentary on-suite parking, and a flexible 24-hour cancellation policy. We're talking about the Bayside. Call them directly, 250-248-8333, or visit BaysideResortParksville.com and book your winter escape today. The season is over for the 10-7 Seahawks. Here to talk about that and all matters sports in Seattle from KJR Sports Radio and the Kraken Hockey Network. Ian Furness, thanks for doing this, sir. How are you?
Gentlemen, how are you doing? Good
Very
to see
well.
you.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Can you get me a good rate at the Bayside? I need a break. Can you get me a rate there, huh? Can Ryan hook me up?
Yeah. Well, first of all, their prices are so good at the Bayside, you don't really need us to hook you up, but we'll see what we can do. I love the sweatshirt. Right. I love the sweatshirt, the hoodie there, the Kingdome.
You like that?
Oh, yeah.
You like that? SimplySeattle.com is the website. SimplySeattle.com. All the great stuff there. If you want to check it out, your listeners would love it. They got some cool stuff there.
The Kingdome gets a lot of criticism, but you must have some good memories from the Kingdome.
Yeah, I would bet it's a lot like for you guys. What was it? Swangard Stadium or
Empire Stadium?
Yeah, or even the old rink down at the P&E, right? Like or wherever that was at. So the Pacific Coliseum.
Yes.
Did I get that one right?
Yes.
Yeah. Or Donnie, for you, that dump in New Westminster, right?
Come on. That's
Queen's Park.
Hey.
Queen's Park Arena.
Yeah, beautiful.
That's my stomping grounds. You got the wrong guy.
Those are fighting words.
Sorry. I get my Burnaby New West guys mixed up. My apologies.
Queen's Park, the house that Ernie Punch McLean built.
Yeah. Boris Fistrick and the rest of the nut jobs that you had there back in the day. No,
J.P. Kelly, yep.
Yeah, no, the Kingdome, like, I'm sure you guys came down to the Dome, right?
Of course, the big deal.
One of those, it's one of those places, like it's funny now that it's been gone for 25 years or so. It does get a little bit more love. And there was just kind of a quaint Seattle, we just didn't quite do it right vibe to it that looking back is very typical of our city in so many ways. But I had some great memories there for sure.
Yeah, we wouldn't know what that's like up here. Everything's perfect up here. I will say this about the Kingdome. I thought it worked for football when it was packed.
Yeah.
Baseball, not so much. Baseball was awful there. I saw a few games there. Terrible.
Football and soccer, it was fine. I mean, just cramped seats, no suites, press box. Press box is actually pretty good at the Kingdome now that I think of it. But, it was good. They had a couple you guys that like this, especially you, Rick, because I know you like your brown water, right? You know, like cocktail. Yeah. They had a couple places you could find. They were like almost speakeasies that were like unmarked. You open the door and it's like this little mini bar, like a closet bar, and 4-finger pour, bourbon and Coke. It was sensational. Like, those were the days. Go to FX Stories afterwards. Long gone. You guys would probably go to like the Drake or something back then, for your little after hour stuff. But, I wouldn't know anything about that.
Yeah. How'd you know? That was in the press box. You said they had that set up?
No. Just like you go on the concourse, like I think it was the 200 level. Yeah. And you had to it was like a speakeasy. Like it was unmarked. Like an unmarked bar, which is typical Kingdome. Little plastic cup, 4-finger pour, could go wrong.
Was Al Capone hanging around back then?
No, but you needed a 4-finger pour to watch our baseball team.
There you go.
And you probably still do.
Yeah, I haven't heard speakeasy for a long time. Thanks for that. Hey, we're almost out of time here. Seahawks 10-7. Yeah. They don't make the playoffs. Mike Macdonald's first year as head coach. Is it? Can you say 10-7? You don't make the playoffs? Can you look at that and say it was a success?
I lost the audio. Can you hear me? Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
Yes, we can hear you.
I'm sure you asked about the Ryan Grubb thing, and here's the bottom line. Okay. What'd you ask me about? I hear you. What'd you ask me about?
10-7. They don't make the playoffs. Mike Macdonald, first year. Can you call that a success?
No, you can't call that a success. Okay. You didn't make the playoffs. It's the NFL. It's pro sports. If you don't make the playoffs, you did not have a good year. That's period, end of story. I put it this way. If it was college football and they were doing like the at-large berths, right, for the teams and like who's in the playoffs and who's not, yeah, Seattle's got a bunch of wins or even March Madness. They would be like the first 4 out. Like they didn't beat anybody. Like they didn't beat anybody. They beat Denver's the only playoff team they beat them. They beat them the first game when Bo Nix was playing his first game ever. That's a different Denver team now. They didn't have any, quote, quality wins. They lost to the New York Giants. That's what cost them the playoffs. Their offense was inconsistent. That's why they fired the coach. The defense got better, but they had to get rid of their linebackers. So, no, I'm a very big proponent of, because here's the thing. 10-7 is like when the Mariners say, hey, we won 54% of our games. We had a winning record. That's a good year. No, it's not. You're not playing at the end of the year in the playoffs. That's not a good year. Are the Canucks going to have a good year if they don't get to the playoffs? No. Kraken? No. Same with the NFL. You got to get to the playoffs.
All right, well, let's talk about that firing. Ryan Grubb, the offensive coordinator, he's gone. Talk about why. It looked like Mike Macdonald, he made it very clear. It didn't wait very long.
No, just they're going to use the term. He speaks today at 1 o'clock. Philosophical differences. Macdonald wants to be a physical run-first football team. And he hired an offensive coordinator. Actually, he didn't hire him. John Schneider hired him. And it just didn't work. And they weren't much better offensively than a year ago when they had Shane Waldron here with Pete Carroll. Red zone and goal-to-goal offense was awful. Part of that's on Gino, to be honest with you. Gino's got to shoulder some responsibility, but it just wasn't his guy. And I think it's as simple as that. I was told by an NFL guy that when I was covering this more on a regular basis, I checked it with him yesterday, a Seahawks NFL source, and he said they almost fired him during the bye week.
Wow.
So that's how long it had been going. It was south for a while, fellas. It just wasn't going to work. And so they'll bring a new guy in. If someone was going to pay the price on the offense, because the defense is a lot better than a year ago, but you didn't get to the playoffs. Why? Because your offense was inconsistent. One of the worst running teams in the NFL. Obviously, the offensive line's an issue. Schneider has to shoulder some of the blame. But you guys know how it works. It all downhill, right? Yep. So the guy at the top's not going to take the heat. It's the guy in the middle, and that's Ryan Grubb. All
right, your hockey club is 28th overall in the NHL standings. Not good. I don't know. 9-10-3 at home. Like, isn't home ice supposed to be home ice? You got great fans there, and it's always around 500 with these guys at home.
I didn't hear that question. I lost you. Listen, at least we don't. At least our star players aren't fighting and bickering like a couple middle school, teenage girls. Come on, man. Like, what's wrong with you guys? Let's turn it back at you. JT doesn't like EP40. EP40's crying in the corner of the locker room. He's mean to me. I mean, at least we don't have that going on. But yeah, we're not very good right now.
Hey, and the Canucks wouldn't know what it's like to have a poor record at home.
Yeah, no kidding.
As well. So
no kidding.
It's a weird. Hey, honestly, it's weird. I'll tell you the worst. I don't have it in front of me. The worst record for Seattle at home right now is Saturday night. Now, part of it is they seem to have like Edmonton rolls in here every Saturday or somebody like that. But their Saturday night home record is atrocious, and that's not just this year since they started the organization. Crowds are still great, guys.
Yeah.
In all seriousness. We had an atmosphere for your game last week that was sensational.
It was really good.
Yeah, awesome. It was, and there's a bunch of Canucks fans, kind of like what Kraken fans went up to your building. It got a little chippy. It was fantastic, and a big shout out to your knucklehead listeners and viewers. And on cue, Tyler Myers scores on cue. I counted to 10 and looked down at my phone, and it was just like they're all over me, man. They're just all over me. I was actually pretty proud of them. They wasted no time pointing that out. But no, it was, this team's got some issues. Like, there's no doubt. And I mean, sure, we'll talk more down the year. I know it's the llast time we're doing this, but on a regular basis. But they do have issues. They just can't score, and their top end guys aren't scoring. I'll take the goaltending. The twosome. Joey should be back soon. Grubauer's played really well lately. I'll take our back end, Montour and Dunn. Riker stepped up big time. Josh Maher's played real. I'll take our six in the back and the two goaltenders and go to battle. It's the guys up front that are really struggling, and especially the high end guys are just not getting it done. McCann, Burakovsky, Beniers, those guys just haven't been good enough, to be honest.
That Canuck game in Seattle reminded me of a game. It was so good. It reminded me of a game at Queen's Park Arena back in the day.
Gloves off,
Hey.
sticks everywhere.
maybe not quite that good.
One of the reasons the WHL had to go to separate warm-ups and all that. Yeah, absolutely.
Never rip Queen's Park or the New West Bruins ever again.
Yeah, whatever. You keep chirping away. They were the second toughest team back in the day. The Seattle Breakers playing with the fence around the rink down there in the Seattle arena. Right. That was it.
The good old days. Bring them back. Okay, you said it. This is our last regular hit. As always, it's been a pleasure.
Absolutely.
Thanks so much. We'll get you back when something happens with the Kraken or the New West Bruins come back in the Western Hockey League.
Yeah, I did get the text today that I've been placed on waivers for the purpose of giving me my unconditional release. That's what I heard. So I am shopping around. I have heard there's other shows in town, so I'm shopping my wares elsewhere right now. So, we'll see how the free agency works.
Well, all the best with that. Love having you on the show, and we'll get you back on soon.
Yeah, in other words, I'll see you guys soon.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Thanks, Ian. Appreciate it.
Take care, fellas. Keep up the good work. You guys do a hell of a show, man. Thank you.
Thank you. Right back at you.
Thank you, sir.